Hey guys. So I am only on for a few minutes today, and I know that it's not ideal for some of you guys that I just jump on without any notice, but that is the only way I could come on today. And I'm going to be answering a couple subscribers' comments, questions. I'm also going to read a couple meditations and prayers by Dr. Joseph Murphy, whom I love. And I might talk about a few other things. I'm going to try to answer some questions some of you guys may have. If some of you guys do come on, I know like this time in the morning, I have no idea if you guys are at work or what, but I am going to do the best I can. I'm on little sleep because I have my dream sofa that I manifested. I think I created a video, or at least I mentioned it recently. I manifested my dream sofa and it's getting delivered within the hour. So if I get any text messages and they say they're here, I'm going to have to cut it short. So if I am in the middle of answering somebody's questions, I'll make sure that somehow, some way I get the information to you, even if we have to follow up by email later. Anyway, I love coming on with you guys and I love being of service. So let's see where I want to start. I want to get my subscribers' comments because this was important. So bear with me here. I haven't even checked to see if I have anybody on yet. Let me see. Gabriella, hello, Gabriella. How are you? Gabriella, where are you from? When you guys come on, just let me know where you're from too. I love that this is obviously with anybody doing a YouTube channel, it's global. And I just love that vibe. I love spreading love throughout the world. Love, love, love. So let's see. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to giving you guys some time to come on, if anybody comes on, and also wanting to answer this question because this was like I was really inspired by this. Okay. So this was under a video I recently put up. I've changed the title to Infinite Possibilities Exist, Observe Only Your Ideal. Lipstick on Your Cup. She commented that the video was, I explained it really well. And she just wanted to know, she really just was asking like, so how do we actually manifest? How do we affirm? Do we script? How long? How many times? So here's the thing. This is why in some cases it is good to get coaching. If you don't have to get coaching, but in some cases for some people it's good even to just have one coaching session, because if you get a good coach, it doesn't have to be me, it can be anybody that you resonate with, and it should be people that you resonate with. Okay, Nigeria, awesome. Thank you, Gabriella. It's good to have you. So how we manifest is very natural to each and every one of us. So for example, I tend to be somebody who I think vividly, I feel vividly. I tend to be a very sensual person in that, like, I'm very sensory. So I kind of incorporate everything when I manifest. This is how I've always manifested. This is how I've manifested even before I knew what manifesting was. I use my imagination. I use inner conversations. I affirm. I write when I want to write. Sometimes I use scripting. Sometimes I will also write out, like if I'm in the middle of fear or spiraling down with something. And usually these days for me, fear for me is usually it stems more from some sort of a chemical imbalance that's happening in my system. So either hormonal or, I haven't gotten enough, excuse me, I haven't gotten enough sleep, or maybe I didn't take my, I'm on thyroid medication, for example. I also have to take like B12. So like, say, for example, I forget to take my B12. My brain really needs that. So I might start to feel funky, or maybe I eat something that isn't ideal for my system, although I'm extremely healthy because I want, I see my body as my temple. But sometimes I might eat or drink something that's not the best thing for me. I never eat junk. I never pollute my system with junk, but I might, what I consider a cheat would be probably extremely healthy for most people. But I might cheat and have something, and the next day, or even that day, I may have a chemical reaction where I start to feel very sad. I might start to feel very depressed. I might start to like feel just like stuck. And I've learned how to recognize, not to fall for those sensations that are happening, like the emotional reaction that I'm happening. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it can trick me, but usually I realize this is just a chemical reaction. This has nothing to do with money that I'm affirming for, my career and coaching that I'm affirming for, the book that I want to write that I'm affirming for. I'm learning Italian. Like, it's like this. What I'm going through right now has nothing to do with anything that I'm manifesting. It's simply just a chemical reaction that my body is experiencing. I completely separate myself from my emotions. I've done this with a practice of meditation over the years. But back to the question, and the reason why we do meditation, and maybe I'll get into that a little bit in this video if I have time, is meditation is simply breathing and paying attention to your breathing. That's the type of organic, natural meditation I'm talking about right now. That strengthens your ability not to get consumed with your emotions and to basically learn how to become the observer of your emotions, so you don't constantly get thrown and taken and consumed by your fears, worries, and doubts. Your fears, worries, and doubts can just float by like clouds, or like it's literally something you don't have to engage in. So meditation helps in that. So back to the question. For me, I typically do what some people call robotic affirmations, but for me, it's not robotic. For me, that means, and this is just for me, that I have trained my brain, and it is a skill. I've trained my brain to automatically not allow negative thoughts, fears, or worries, or doubt they don't have space in my mind to stay. I have become a guard. And so, like, let's say if I'm in physical pain and I want to manifest to feel better. I'm sick, I want to manifest health. Recently, I had a problem happen with my back. I had to manifest my muscles being relaxed again. I had to manifest being able to walk straight, being able to get up and down with no pain. I've had issues with my shoulders. I've manifested healing myself completely. Now, granted, all of this with me also, I have to say this, there's an overarching, always with me, it's always like God is within me. God is surrounding me. I'm always in God's hands. And I'll get into Christ energy in a little while too, because that's important for me. It's only been important for me to manifest, and I'll get into that. But it can be different. How to manifest can be different for everybody. So it's not a one size fits all. For me, again, it's the kind of, my brain is always just on autopilot to always think and trust what's in my heart. So I will automatically just be kind of affirming all day. I don't think of it as being robotic affirmations. When I first heard that term, some of these terms that you guys listen to and watch with YouTubers, they're just terms that the YouTubers created, but these are things that are just part of being human and part of being a creator. Manifestation is simply put, trusting and thinking. It's basically thinking and understanding and trusting and knowing that what you think becomes your reality. And so you start to basically train your mind to think in the way that makes it so everything is working out in your favor. And from my perspective, working out in harmony and balance and love for everyone involved. It's that simple. So I always practice the golden rule. So again, ongoing affirmations, I think of it more as auto-suggestion. That's how Napoleon Hill described it in his book, Think and Grow Rich, I think it's called. I read that a long time ago, like when I was first starting my business. It was of value. I don't know if some of the information might be slightly outdated for me now, because I think I've evolved more in my thinking. But Napoleon Hill basically called it auto-suggestion. And, and so back then I trained my mind to become the observer and to only allow the thoughts that I want to see manifest in my life stay. So I dwell in those, I live from the end of being who I want to be. And I trust and I know that all of the people in my reality are in my reality for a purpose. All the people in my reality are sacred to me. I love to nurture the people in my reality first in my mind, and then, allow the interactions in my reality to flourish. Again, everything in pure, unconditional love. It's really that simple. And that is where, for me, I am not into religion at all, but I love, like, Jesus Christ for me is a role model. It's like something that I strive to live like, just in pure unconditional love and forgiveness for everyone. And so the relationship with me, and this is going to dovetail right into the next question. Hey, Andre, it's so funny. I'm going to get into this next question on the same comment in a second. And I have to say that to remind myself, because I have a bit of ADHD and I can just go on to another topic. Andre, I just saw your, thank you for the recent comment that you made on my recent video. I appreciate that, because I definitely affirm kind of that energy. That's what I feel like. I'm very tapped into that energy in myself. And that energy also, by the way, is it's that kind of sexy goddess energy, and it is radiant, and it does it's an energy that I want to talk about with you guys, that it really can catapult you guys in terms of, especially in terms of, like, if you're looking to create your own business. I want to do some videos on how I created a business. I kind of want to be careful of how I share this information, because I did it in a very risky way. And then things happened, which was all totally fine, but it's all because it's all part of the bridge. Everything was supposed to bring me exactly here where I am now. So, like, you guys, I have been wanting to share so many videos with you guys, like create so many videos with you guys to help you learn how to manifest. But I'm also very cognizant and aware that some of you guys, because of where you are in your manifesting journey, I don't want to trigger you guys, because for me, I've always been kind of like, my style of manifesting is I'm all in. I'm 100% trusting, 100% surrendering, which means, and let me put this in a delicate way so I don't trigger you guys, okay? No matter, when I say no matter what happens in the 3D, I'm not sugarcoating that. It's like 100%. Like, if I'm manifesting massive wealth in my life, and something happens in my 3D, and the something that happens in my 3D is kind of like a major loss, which puts me on a bridge of events where I might be, for example, living in a less than ideal situation temporarily. I trust through that. And I know I don't get, like, I might have days and nights that are scary and whatever, but I don't get fooled by it, and I trust through it. And then everything that persisting and through and trusting in God, always, everything that I was manifesting always ends up coming to pass. Okay, if that makes sense. I know that was a little bit encoded. So let me go. So Andre, back to you. Like, thank you so much for seeing me. I appreciate that. And I wanted to talk a little bit about harnessing that kind of sexy energy in terms of manifesting the things that you want in your life, especially financial abundance. And so I will get into that, probably not in today's video, but maybe in an upcoming live. And you guys, please do me a favor too. Thumbs up the video, because it does help with YouTube. And I'm seeing how when I look back at the analytics in the back end, I can just see how when people do like the videos, it really does help with the algorithm with YouTube. So I really appreciate it. That way I can continue to come on also and give you guys this free content and answer your questions. So under that same comment for lipstick on your cup, if you even watch this, Amanda Chapman, shout out to Amanda Chapman. Is Amanda on? Let me see. I can't tell. This is a big one for me. This was really what inspired me to come on. Can you do a video on how to trust God, universe, source, and ourselves as the creator in our lives? So I'm going to try to just like put this in a nutshell. Gabrielle, I see your question. I'm just going to try to say this, and then I have other people also who came on. So I'll try to get to you. I promise. If I can't, I'll come back on. So hit the subscribe button and the bell notification when you see that I'm going to come on again with another live video, if you don't want to miss it. So how I basically nurture my relationship with God. That is my number one relationship, my number one priority in life is my relationship with God who created me. That is my number one relationship. So for I don't know how many years, and this goes even back before I understood what manifesting was, when I first wake up in the morning, and again, I'm not a religious person, and I'm not like going to ever preach or push anything on you guys, because you guys are already manifesting regardless. Manifesting, again, is just simply thinking. But for me, I have always manifested that I go into my heart center first thing in the morning, as soon as I wake up, Jesus Christ, totally in my heart, totally my best friend, totally my role model. So I want to apply, like get into that, like feel that love in my heart. And I want to aspire that, to be creating and loving and allowing that Christ energy to be flowing through me. And then I always thank God for everything that I am presently grateful for in my life. I'm incredibly grateful for the littlest things. I see the littlest things throughout my day as being blissful. I always thank God for every single thing that I'm manifesting. And I thank God for creating me in this existence to create, because I think this life is an incredible life that we have been given this. Hey, Gabriella, you're subscribed. Awesome. We've been given this amazing imagination and this amazing, beautiful ability to love purely and unconditionally. And we just are ascending now to understand how incredibly powerful we are now. And the fuel that empowers our manifesting, from my perspective, and again, manifesting for me is just simply being in agreement and being in alignment with God. But how I trust that in God is that keeping that relationship number one, always remembering how when anything and everything happened in my life, when I think back to, and I did this early on when I was younger, when I was growing up, when I was going through painful situations, when I felt heartbroken, when I felt sad, when I felt alone, I would sit there and I would just kind of think and be. And, I remember there were so many amazing experiences where 1 minute I was in so much pain and distress and sadness and borderline feeling just stuck and alone. And I would get into my heart and I would just suddenly feel this feeling of being completely loved. And so that for me has always been, noticing all of the blessings that I have in my life. Wake up, if you can wake up, and the fact that you're able to think, the fact that you have a bed, the fact that you're able to see, hear, taste, touch, smell, walk, feel, the fact that you're able to, I know a lot of you guys are looking to manifest relationships and love. The fact that you're even be able to feel love course through you is an amazing gift, okay? The fact that you have the ability to love is an amazing gift. And so I see all of the desires that I have within me as the gifts that God is giving me, the promises that God has planted in my heart. And I nurture those things. And I trust that I wouldn't have these feelings lighting up my heart unless it was God working through me. So I see it as promises. I don't see it as wishful thinking. I don't see it as, something that may or may not happen. Your choices may change over time, which is totally fine. You can make a new decision anytime. But for me, I just always see it as, this is God's will for me. This is what God wants to create through me. So I'm going to answer to that. I'm going to answer to these callings, basically. So paying attention to my blessings, keeping God number one in my heart and Jesus Christ, paying attention to the miracles every day. And really noticing how the things in my reality come to pass and connecting the dots of how, wow, literally, this was just in my prayers. This was just what I meditated on. I was literally just thinking of this feelingly. Always think feelingly, guys. Think feelingly. That's important from my perspective, not to give you limiting beliefs, but from my perspective, it always has been. It's how I've always manifested. And I'm talking abundance, love, talking like a ton of just amazing things, health, and, helping, and even healing others. I always think feelingly. Okay. What was I saying? Lost my train of thought. It'll come back. So the how I've trusted God, keeping number one, seeing, paying attention. Okay. And paying attention to the things that are manifesting in my life after I have prayed for them, meditated on them, think about them, feel about them, trust in them. And it's every single day. Finding the true pleasure in everything in life. You are, as hard as things may appear to be or feel that they are with you in whatever area in your life that you're looking to deliberately manifest a change, you are right now, as everything is for you, you are right now living someone else's dream. Right now, somebody is trying to manifest what you already have. Okay, so really absorb that, really absorb that. Pay more attention and give more energy and to the things that are planted in your heart. I have to just see and make sure that, okay, because I do have that delivery coming. When you pay attention to that and you persist in that, you're affirming for that. And you can just literally all day, all night, keep shifting your mind to keep your mind on the things that make you feel good, the things that make you feel loved, the thing that makes you feel harmonious, that makes you feel connected. You always want to feel connected. So anyway, trying to think, Amanda, what else do I do? Because I literally it's just literally my priority. It is my number one priority in life. And I feel like if you and anybody else out there, if you start this practice of just being, paying attention, think back, maybe write down all of the things in life that happened that seemed to be like it was going to be so hard, but that how God was there for you. God pulled through. God worked through other people in your life. God is always loving you through other people in your life. Okay. So I wanted to read a little Dr. Joseph Murphy. This might help some of you guys, and then I'll get to some questions. Hey, H, yo, you awesome too. Andre, girl, you split in some deep facts. Loving this. Good. So I'm going to read a little Dr. Joseph Murphy, and then I'll go up because I see that I'm getting a lot of questions here. So this is just, I love Dr. Joseph Murphy. This was one of those little, this was a manifestation that I had, I don't know how many years back when I had manifested. I don't know if you guys are new here or not, but I had manifested basically retail business having literally, what I did was I had an amazing job and I decided I wanted to teach manifesting. I wanted to become, I used to think of it as a life coach. Now I see it's very different as a life coach. But that's what I wanted to do. And so I was in an unhappy relationship, an unhealthy marriage. I had a job. I loved my job, but I wanted to do this. So I thought, okay, I need to really learn how to manifest. So I'm going to ask God to allow me to be a divine expression of knowing how to manifest. So I'm going to use myself as an experiment and see if it works. So I decided I was going to meditate, become my authentic self. And I allowed all these ideas to come to me. And I ended up manifesting. I had literally all of the thoughts, every resource that I needed, amazing, incredible manifestations happened. I manifested all the resources I needed. I quit my stable, secure job. There were some things that had happened before, but it didn't matter. And then I literally got my own business up and running within 3 months from the thought of it. And everything that I affirmed for that business literally ended up happening. I had the business for, I think, 15 or 16 years. It became award-winning. I had a cult-like following. I ended up manifesting a 6-figure income through that. my sales exceeded $1 million yearly. I was manifesting basically what I affirmed for was $100,000 a month. And that's what I ended up manifesting. And so I did that through everything that I'm teaching on this channel. I did, again, tap into a lot of that sexy, powerful energy with that too. But anyway, this is what I wanted to, I always controlled all of my fears around the whole thing. So I wanted to read this poem by Dr. Joseph Murphy. And I'm sorry, I keep looking at my phone. I just need to keep an eye out for the guys who are delivering my sofa. So this was something that I had manifested by a customer. It is Special Meditations for Health, Wealth, Love, and Expressions by Dr. Joseph Murphy. And it has been just an incredible thing. I'm going to read 3 poems from this. The first one is Controlling My Emotions. So let's see. I see a lot of things coming in here, so I'll get to those if I can. I pray that I can. Controlling my emotions. When a negative thought of fear, jealousy, or resentment enters my mind, I replace it with the thoughts of God. My thoughts are God's thoughts, and God's power is with my thoughts of good. I know I have complete dominion over my thoughts and emotions. I am a channel of the divine. I now redirect all my feelings, emotions along harmonious, constructive lines. Let's see. The sons of God shouted for joy. I now rejoice to accept the ideas of God, which are peace, harmony, and goodwill, and I delight to express them. This heals all discord within me. Only God's ideas enter my mind, bringing me harmony, health, and peace. God is love. Perfect love casteth out fear, resentment, and all negative states. I now fall in love with truth. I wish for all men everything, and I wish for myself. I radiate love, peace, and God with will to all. I am at peace. So that is just one of my favorite prayers by Dr. Joseph Murphy. I manifested, like I said, massive abundance in my life over the years, kind of reading that, relationships that I wanted, interactions that I wanted with my clients. So it is, for me, extremely powerful to manifest from that place. So I'm going to go down to some of these questions now, because I can see it's getting, I was going to be reading more poems, but I'm going to get into these questions. So let's see. So Gabriella, how do I manifest him to propose to me? So you want to keep yourself as being the priority in your life, and you want to get into manifesting as basically your motivation for manifesting can't be to try to get him to propose to you. It has to be that you are prioritizing yourself, and you're learning through prioritizing yourself, loving yourself, accepting yourself, getting over your fears of any worries that why wouldn't he propose to you? Like, if this is your other half, why wouldn't your other half propose to you? So whatever literally just came up in your mind just now, if you take those things and make those as a list, and then with that list of things, you basically see the polar opposite with it, and you trust in it. Because if this is your other half, if this is your person, then the only thing that's standing between you and your person are your beliefs around it. It's kind of really that simple, right? So I hope that made sense. So how you get your person to propose to you is that you focus on harmony. You focus on a balanced, healthy, stable, secure, loving marriage. You see yourself as wifey. You see him as an amazing, incredible, loving, nurturing husband. You see him as providing. You allow and feel safe to allow him to provide for you. You only see him in that powerful, loving, nurturing, protective, divine, powerful, masculine energy to provide for you, to honor you, to respect you, to like, he is your man. You are his woman. He has claimed you. He adores you. He loves you. This is the only thing that you entertain in your mind. And when other things come up, like, I don't know what your thing is, like why you would think that it wasn't possible, but whatever those things are just the things that you're using basically to protect yourself from it, because somehow you think that these things are lies. Somehow you think that these things are the things that are keeping you guys apart. But separation is an illusion. You guys are already together. You guys are in harmony. You guys are in union. You guys are one. This is your other half. So That's it. Just whatever you think is coming between the two of you is exactly the lie. And it's exactly what you need to look at and change within you. It's within you. And when you change it within you and you see him in all of his powerful, amazing, strong, protective, divine, masculine energy coming for his divine, beautiful, feminine goddess, when you see that in your mind and you feel that in your heart and you trust that in the core of you, that is what you'll get. That is, he will bring it to you. Okay. I love that. Okay. So let me see what else we got here. Okay. I know I'm going way. I missed a lot of you guys, so I'm going to try to do this. So I hope that helped you with how to get the proposal. That's how you get the proposal. But again, you're not doing it. You're not doing it to get. Think of it this way. You're not doing it to get. Just trust what's in your heart and trust in God and trust in yourself that God created you as a creator in your life. And this is what God wants. This is, for whatever reason, this is your person. This is what God wants for you. You are God. God is you, in like you are God in human form. And there is your higher self, which is a God, not the God. And your higher self is going to basically be giving you all the information that you need, but you have to listen to your heart. You have to learn how to trust your heart. So I hope that helped. Julie, oh, wait a minute. Okay, truth be told, is it a good strategy to record yourself congratulating yourself and listening to it on a loop? Personally, I wouldn't do it that way. And sorry, good morning. Good morning to you too. And good morning to everybody if you're coming on. I've never done it that way. I do listen to looping affirmations at night, but it's more like that let me just say, if that resonates and feels good to you, then yes, it is good. So if you have recorded yourself and you have recorded yourself congratulating yourself, if you listen to it and when you do that, it like burns in your heart and it makes you feel really good, like it's already, whatever it is, has already happened, then do that. That is what you should be doing. Personally, I've never done it that way. I literally put myself in a feeling state that whatever it is happening right now. And I stay and I dwell in that state. I am that version of me now. And it's that simple. And so my affirmations, my mental diet, anything that I listen to will support just that story, whatever that story is. And when any kind of little sneaky thoughts try to come up telling me that that's not true, I just literally swipe it away. Like, that's not even a thing. I don't listen to you. I don't trust it. It's that simple. So I hope that helped. Truth be told, if it resonates with you, then do it. Julie Fletcher, love all your videos, Kim. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope it's helping. Linda Carpenzano. I'm learning Italian, by the way, guys. That was like an old wound that I had. My dad, that used to be some limiting stuff that I had because of things that happened growing up with my dad. I've since forgiven him. Thank you to my person for pointing that out that I needed to. But one of the things I went to him when I was a kid and I said I wanted to learn a language. He said I was too stupid to. So I've since forgiven him. And then this was probably, I don't know, a couple months ago. Feel really good about growing up now and see all of the love that he actually did give to me, which is great because I forgot about it for a long time. But now I'm teaching myself Italian and it's a very cathartic thing. So anyway, I said that just because, Linda, it sounds like your name is Italian. So how to remove the guilt of everyone as you pushed out. I feel so crappy that I created this unfavorable SP sitch. Oh, I see. Don't feel guilty and don't blame yourself ever for anything that you're experiencing in your life. In a way, like as you become awakened, you realize that even that is, once you know, like know better, create better, right? But don't beat yourself up for having made mistakes. We typically don't. I believe that everybody is inherently good. I know that there's evil, and I'm not a Pollyanna or whatever, but I believe that everybody is inherently good. And Linda, you would not have created something had you known. And now that you know, now you know better, now you create better. So forgive yourself if you need to, I personally love the Ho'oponopono prayer. I also would just, pray to God and just the Ho'oponopono prayer is really nice. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And how I've always done it in my life is if I'm going through something and I'm in a lot of pain, I might just have that run in my head over and over and over again. But there are times where I'll go in, I'll get quiet, I'll just kind of go into my heart space and I'll think about whatever the situation is with whomever. And when I say, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I'm saying it to God, my higher self, Jesus Christ for me. And you don't have to, but that's me. Sorry, got a quick message. Okay. Sorry about that. And I just say to my higher self, like I'm basically saying to my higher self, I'm really sorry that I created this. I created it when I didn't know. Please forgive me. And then I know as I say that I'm forgiven. I'm forgiven for it. So it's kind of like, bless me, Father, for I have sinned, that kind of thing. But you don't beat yourself up for it, and you don't stay in that guilt or shame, because when you stay in that kind of energy, you're not truly forgiving and loving yourself unconditionally. And your whole job, the whole point of all of this is that you learn how to completely, fully forgive yourself, accept yourself, love yourself unconditionally, because when you do that, then everyone in your reality can also do that. But if you are feeling guilty, shameful, feeling like you made a lot of mistakes, then that is also the energy that you're creating from. That is the state that you're living in, that you're dwelling in. And when you do that, then your reality literally has to reflect that back to you through experiences with others. Remember that, right? Everyone is you pushed out. So everyone is just going to reflect your dominant state. So if your dominant state is beating yourself up, then what kind of experience are you going to be having with people in your life who are just mirroring you, all of the things that are within you, right? So you have to let go. And when you let go, then that will just clear it all out. Just have, do some prayer, do some meditating, things like that. Okay. Hope that helps. Let's see, Andre. So I hope that helped you. Sweetie, you're amazing. Thank you. Yes, you radiate pure sex. That's so funny. Sorry about that. But I want to make sure that this is G-rated before I read it. Yes, it's okay. Yes, you radiate pure sexiness and a crazy glow. Keep up the great affirmation and self-concept. Thank you. You inspired me, got me glowing and having ladies smiling at me. Amen. Yeah. Another thing that you guys, some of you guys, like, I want to mention this to you guys. If you guys are manifesting a relationship with your person, you shouldn't be thinking of yourself as being single. And at the same time, so you want to prioritize yourself, you want to love yourself, you want to forgive yourself, you want to see how amazing you are inside and out. You want to really go within that authentic empowerment of how incredible of a human being you are. What makes you so incredible? What would make you such an amazing wife or husband? What would make you such an amazing partner? Really nurture those parts of you and appreciate those parts of you, and accept that you are meant to be with this person. But also you want to, it's like you're making this choice. You are making this choice to hold space for this person. And I don't want you to think of yourself as being, you want to think of yourself as being in a happy, stable, loving, committed, at least this is how I would want to manifest a relationship. You're in a healthy, stable union. It's mutually beneficial. There's harmony, there's supporting each other, there's fun. It's like you guys really, when you guys think of it, a good, healthy, stable, loving relationship is being best friends, but there's also passion and sex involved. But you guys are best friends, and best friends are there for each other. They support each other. You guys are each other's equal other half. It's so funny. I'm sorry, but I'm like, again, that ADHD thing. I'm watching the people watching, and it keeps going from it's just so weird how it's going up and down. It's crazy. So you want to have that energy of that you're holding space for the person. You are not waiting for anybody. You're loving yourself. You're loving life. You're planting a bunch of other seeds of everything else that you want to manifest in life. You're trusting and knowing that you guys have something incredibly amazing. It's not going anywhere. It's God engineered, right? Or you wouldn't have such a strong feeling for it. But at the end of the day, you can see yourself as being incredibly desirable to, like, in other words, I want to be careful when I say this because the energy is very, it's like, this is the only person for you. You're the only person for them. But at the same time, you have options. Like, there are plenty of people, plenty of men or women out there that would die to be with you. You are beautiful. You are a god or a goddess. You are just delicious and yummy and amazing, and you're the whole package. You are a prize. You're a diamond. You're a gift. And anyone and everyone would know how incredibly lucky they are to have you. Like, you can know that and be married to somebody without, it doesn't mean that you're going to go out and you don't want to be, like, personally for me, I wouldn't be out like flirting with people, and I wouldn't, this again is just personal. Because if you naturally, if that's what you want to do, then you do it. But the energy is very kind of like powerful, strong, like you don't need anybody to complete you. You love yourself enough. You know that your person loves you. You know that you are holding space for them powerfully and confidently, but you are an incredible prize and everybody sees that. Like, you have options. In other words, this is your choice. So anyway, I just wanted to say that. So let's see. MCA videos, love you. I love you too. I think of you so much, like when, so many times when I say now to anybody, stop it, like, or, I can't help but to laugh when I think about the email that you sent me. So Linda, back to Linda, I'm with, oh, okay. So yeah, you're with Gabriella. The wavering was causing hot and cold. Yeah. The wavering was taught, my dogs are coming out now to greet me. Now we're barely talking, having hung out in a month when we used to hang out 3 to 4 times a week, even spent spring break with him and his. So you're wavering. So if you know that you're wavering, then what do you need to do? Just what do you need to do? It's like, you guys are powerful. You guys are strong. You guys know what you're supposed to be doing. So just keep up having the faith, keep knowing that your dominant thoughts and feelings are what you're affirming for morning, noon, and night. So what you're affirming for is what you're going to experience. So if you're aware, sorry, I'm just looking to see if this guy texted me yet. Okay. If you're aware that you're wavering, then what do you need to do? You need to get clear. You need to get stable. You can manifest for that, by the way. You can manifest for clarity, stability. You can manifest for, like, one of my major loopholes that I found early on. This is why I was able to manifest so quickly. And by the way, guys, I wasn't all caught up in law of assumption, law of attraction, Neville Goddard. Like, when I first learned how to manifest, like, I just knew that I accepted it as the truth, and I accepted all of it. And I knew early on, like, okay, wait a minute. So my main overarching belief that I need to manifest is that I'm, like, ridiculously good at manifesting, that I'm able to teach everybody how to manifest, that I know how to manifest powerfully. So you can manifest for stability. You can manifest for calm. You can manifest for knowing how to manifest. You can manifest that anything and everything in your life is powerfully manifested very easily and quickly. You can manifest for things like that. So if you are finding that you're wavering, manifest for stability, manifest for being able to stay in your end, manifest like that. Okay. I hope that helps. H, I keep seeing your message over and over again. Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan. Big hugs to you. 3 days sober, LOL. Days prior, I was drastically decreased checking, but feel good to be good. Stop checking the 3D. Just keep being consistent. You're going to do great. You're doing great. Like, you've done so great so far, right? It's just, you just have to keep remembering that The 3D doesn't matter. The 3D is when we react to our 3D, it's like we're reacting to the past. So you make a choice. You're either going to live in your past or you're going to trust in God and trust in your future, period. Andre, I already read that. Okay. H, yo, everything getting better and easier. Good, good. Brother TJ, sure, you and I are precious in God. Amen. Amen. All glory to God. And oops, sorry, I just skipped a whole bunch of stuff. Wow, there's just a lot coming through. Bear with me. Inspired action. Yes, God, the frequency that I agree with. Brother TJ, God is more than energy. God is everything. Of course, God is more than energy, but it's pureness, it's divine, it's beyond our human thinking. So let's not even put God in a box. Let's just not even do that, right? God is more than, our human brains can't fathom the power that God is. Our human language can't even begin to describe it. We try, but through trying, this is a problem with a lot of religions. They put God in this, I don't know. Don't get me started. I'm not going to go on that tangent. Anyway, Andre, congratulations on 100,000 a month and for your sexiness. Oh my God, I love you. Thank you, Andre. Thank you. Thank you. Ananya, if my SP keeps saying he has commitment issues and is scared of commitment, what do I do? That means you have commitment issues, honey. So you have to get, I had a fear of being loved. I had a fear of being in relationships. I had a fear of commitment. So I have to get really clear and accept that love is safe, that relationships are safe, relationships are nurturing, relationships are a safe and healthy place to be in, that love is healthy and I'm secure in a relationship and it's okay for me to feel vulnerable. It's okay for me to let my walls down, that, I was hurt a lot, and whether, and even if you think of it from, I kind of understand how I created the things that I created in my past with other relationships. I know kind of where they stem from. I didn't go crazy and trying to chase it down. But if somebody is having commitment issues with you, they're reflecting your own commitment issues. So I know that, your human ego might say that's, bull, I'm ready to commit. I'm ready for the relationship. Not if that's what they're mirroring back. I'm sorry. Unless it's specifically part of how you see this person. And if it is, then see them as being, obviously the opposite. See them as being ready, see them as prioritizing you. But what I would do is hit it from all angles, and again, that goes from a lot of layers of trust. Your self-concept is that you are somebody who is strong enough and able to accept love in your life, that you are going to allow yourself to be loved, that you've forgiven yourself, that you are feeling trusting, that you're not going to trust in the lies or the illusions or the fears, the doubts, that love is scary, that commitment is safe, and that the person that you love, who is your other half, if this is your other half, if that's how you see them, that they are ready when you're ready. And it's that simple. So you just affirm over and over and over again. Acts like such a player, and I just want him to ask me to be his girlfriend. Then see him as, I would work on yourself first. Work on your self-concept as being, why? Okay, so you are like this precious, amazing, you're the whole package, right? Do you feel like you're the whole package? Yes, awesome. So next step, I know and I trust that love is safe, commitment is safe, relationships are safe. Yes or no? Do you feel and believe that? Yes, great. Then go on to the next step. I know that he loves me, that I'm obviously worthy of his love, that I'm his priority. He is able to commit very easily to me. Why wouldn't he? I'm a prize, I'm gold, things like that. So you have to literally look at all the layers of it. And you want to affirm, you don't affirm from lack. You don't affirm from the middle. You affirm from the end. So only see your person as being stable, committed, and boyfriend or husband material. I don't know exactly what you're trying to manifest with them, so it's hard for me to answer these questions, but you have to look at your self-concept. All right. Oh, Linda, thank you. I could use some help with Italian. I am getting caught up with, I'm on only lesson 4. I'm doing pretty good. I can't roll my R's at all. So I think it'll come though. So I might hit you up on that. I think I would love to be able to have somebody that I can go back and forth with. So maybe we'll connect somehow, and then maybe I can help you with some stuff we can trade. Creative Vista, hi. Do we have to consciously visualize, or is there such a thing as vortex, as Abraham Hicks states, that is always listening and mapping out what we want if we get out of the way? Thanks. So it depends on, you can manifest. Okay, so you can manifest. It really depends on your belief system. Sometimes some people get caught up and confused because they're watching so many different things or learning so many different things. And they're learning how to manifest from 2 completely different, fundamentally different belief systems. While you can do kind of a hybrid, you can take a little bit from this, a little bit from that, you can manifest that way. Abraham Hicks is all law of attraction, which is fine. You can totally, if you trust and believe in Abraham Hicks teachings, and if when you listen to them, you trust and you believe that it's true and that it'll work for you, then that's how you will manifest. If you are somebody who tends to visualize things and that works for you and that puts you into a feeling state, then I would visualize. Trusting, so the vortex, for example, I'm not 100%. I think basically the vortex with Abraham is that it's kind of probably similar to living from the end, trusting that whatever reality that you want is existing in the vortex. Is that right? I think it is. Then if that's what you believe, if that's what you subscribe to, if that feels good to you, if it resonates, then go ahead. But from my perspective in manifesting, how I've always manifested is that I constantly keep myself in that state. Sorry, guys, I just got a text really quick, and my sofa is literally on the way now, so I'm going to have to wrap this up in like 2 minutes. If that's what resonates with you and that feels good, go ahead. But for me, I personally do whatever I have to do to live from the state of having all day, all night. It's that simple. And I just don't allow the lies and the worries to fester in my brain. Andre, really loving how you're answering everyone's questions. I'm trying. H, when I visualize her, I derive her image from her brutal part. All right, hold on. I want to get into this with you. When I visualize her, I derive her image from her brutal part. I want to have her image of woman who chased me, learned my language, who loved me. Okay, so hear me out with this one, okay? Sometimes we crave wanting somebody to chase us when it's coming from the need of like, we're still kind of in the old story. If like you want, I don't know, but I would just say like a relationship where you guys are chasing each other because you love each other, totally healthy, totally amazing. But the energy of wanting somebody to chase you, if your energy is coming from a place of lack, then you might be creating the opposite in not a good way of the relationship that you want. So when you say brutal part of her, the part of her, the version of her, you only want to see, like I've done this before, right, guys? So I don't have a prop with me right now, but you have 2 versions. Let's say, I mean, there are infinite versions, but you have 2 versions of her in your mind. You have the brutal part and you have the one who loved you and adores you. You only want to see her as being somebody who's loving and adoring and at peace and healthy and strong, because she would not want to be, most human beings don't want to be brutal, right? So get into that energy of wanting to create people to be the best versions of them, to be loving people, strong people, adoring people, people who love harmony. If anybody is in your mind hateful, brutal, mean, all of that stuff, then you want to heal that image that you have in yourself of them and only see the version. Like, in other words, I want you to completely let go of the version of anybody in your life who showed up as brutal. Let go of that version and don't allow that version to stay in your mind. In other words, if your mind is a dwelling place, your mind is this beautiful heaven, and your relationship with your person is heaven. It's your kingdom of heaven, we'll say, just for you, right? Is somebody who is brutal even welcome in kingdom of heaven in that relationship? No. Then don't allow that person to take up any space in your mind. Just when that person shows up, if that person shows up at all, no, thank you. That's not my person. That is not my person. I don't see my person that way because I know that my person would never want to be brutal. My person wants to be a loving, healthy, strong, happy person. And my person is a very loving woman. And she loves me. Okay, unfortunately, I just saw a spike and more people just jumped on. I love you guys so much. And I have to end this because I have to put my dogs in another room to allow my dream self to get delivered that I just manifested. I love you guys so much. I might actually try to come on later today. I hope that I helped with some of you guys' questions. I hope that I was able to help with Amanda Chapman's, specifically her comments that inspired this of how to trust God. And if you guys are looking for coaching, just hit me up. You can just go on my website. It's coreunion.com, click on the book a session, and then email me your old story and I'll get right back to you. We can start coaching right away. I can get you in with my first available. I love you guys so much. And thank you so much for allowing me to be of value in your lives and helping you manifest. I'm living out my purpose. I appreciate you guys because if it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this. So I love you and thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.